out of the page to life, and I think has made him even cooler. And who knew that was possible, right? So Walker Stalker Cruise, put your hands together for the man who plays Jesus. Give it up for Mr. Tom Payne!
Hello. What's going on, Tom?
How are you, sir?
Very well. This is surreal. But awesome.
Is this your first cruise ever?
This is my first cruise ever. What a way to start.
What's been your favorite part of being on this boat so far?
Being with all you lovely, lovely people. Enjoying the amazing phenomenon that is The Walking Dead as it continues to go along like a freight train.
Absolutely. A beautiful, decaying freight train.
Yeah, this is another thing that I have to deal with my long hair though right now. I just have not dealt with eating my hair every 5 seconds.
No? It's kind of dramatic though. I don't think the ladies mind. Ladies, do you mind that hair? So let's talk Jesus.
Sure.
Again, like I said in the intro, beloved character in the books, and you've just done fantastic things with him.
Thank you.
What kind of research did you do going into this role?
As much as I could. I got cast really quickly. Like within a week of sending my tape in, I was on set in Atlanta. So I didn't really have time to read the comic books or anything. I didn't even know what my part was until I got the part. Like it's like a fake name that they gave the guy and fake sides. And so it was only when they said, oh, we'd like you to come and work with us, that my agent was then like, oh, we think it's this guy. And it was only once I got to America that I was like, oh, it's this dude from the comic books, maybe I should check that out. And I did, but then, you know, there's so many comic books to read, and so when I first started, I was just reading the scripts and just making sure I was doing what was on the page, and with help from Scott Gimple, the showrunner and the director of that episode, that first one, did the best that I could. And since I then did it, I've read all the comic books and watched all the episodes, but it's like 7 years of the show now, like, there's a lot to catch up on. And it's not really a binge watch show, I don't feel like. I couldn't just watch them one after another. I couldn't do it. I was like, I need a rest after that. But I finally got through them all.
And you know, first time I interviewed you, I think you just premiered. We were in Nashville. We talked in Atlanta, but since then, you know, 7A has been an interesting first half of the season, right, folks?
It's pretty tough.
What have you done with the character now? So now are you starting to play around with, because I mean the scenes with Gregory I think were fantastic.
Oh yeah.
So what have you done now? Are you injecting more of your own personality into Jesus?
I think I enjoy Jesus' like calming presence on the show and on the hilltop and just in general with the group. I know that I think some people have been a bit like, what is this dude? And like he's not as like amped as everyone else all the time. And I'm like, well, that's kind of the point. Like he doesn't. You know, I feel like everyone in the world as it is right now has approached it in a different way and has been bruised and battered in different ways. And he's just gone with a different direction. I think what was interesting when he met Daryl and Rick, like, he didn't, you know, he could have just killed them and gone off with the truck, or he could have, you know, and who's to say that Daryl and Rick wouldn't have done that? Because I feel like in a lot of instances, Daryl and Rick have become quite hardened and you know, there's a dictatorship and all that kind of stuff, and have been like gone into situations really amped up. And Jesus is a bit more, stands back a little bit more and assesses the situation before he decides how he's going to be with people. But I just enjoy, I think, you know, when we come back, you'll see that he takes everyone to the kingdom and he does what he did in the last season, which was he takes them into a new place and is slowly becoming part of the group. And I think has the potential to be a really good addition in the energy that he brings and the way that he considers things. And I think he could be a really good source of advice.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think give it up for Tom. I think the assessing the situation, I think, is something the group needs. I mean, I think back to when he met Rick and Daryl with the bullets. We say, hey, I know you guys have ammo, and they actually shot, right?
Yeah, the thing is, because he knew that they wouldn't shoot him either, you know, and he's not, that was kind of funny, because a lot of people from that first episode were like, we don't know if I liked you, and like, we weren't sure about you. And I was like, he's called Jesus for a reason, like, he's nice. Like, what's your opinion of the biblical Jesus, you know? Like, so, he's not called Satan. So it was just nice, that was kind of the first time that someone had just looked at Rick and Daryl and gone, come on guys, what? pretty, and that was kind of interesting situation. And for me as an actor coming in and kind of making the two lead guys look a bit silly was kind of tough as well. I was like, I wonder if they're gonna like take to this or if they're gonna get pissed at me. But no, it was a very fun way to come in and just be a different energy, like I said before. Yeah.
Speaking of energy, you must have exerted
Right now, but like I made sure me and my trainer, like we shot some really cool kicks and punches and stuff. And I was like, if it doesn't end up in the show, I'm definitely gonna put it on Instagram.
Well, this stage is pretty sturdy. Do you wanna give it down? I'll take the kick.
No, right now. No.
Maybe tonight.
Because everyone's filming and that will end up being everywhere. That's just like the worst thing ever. At least with that I have some kind of control on Instagram and stuff.
I'll sell it. I'll go into the pool. We'll be good. I think the audience has some questions for you. You want to take some audience questions? All right, cool. So here's what we're going to do. So ground rules. First, this microphone has touched on Payne, just so you know. Some ground rules real quick. We're going to hand this off to you, right? You're going to, okay. Tom's going to go freshen up. It's going to go to you. You're going to pass it to other folks. Be very mindful. There is H2O all around you. And if you break it, you buy it, folks. As soon as Tom comes back, this young lady had a question. We're going to start with, you are a ninja, Tom. I didn't even see that coming. All right, cool. So here we go. Young lady, what is your name? Where are you from?
Hey.
Hi,
What's your name again?
Kaylee.
Kaylee, lovely to meet you. What's your question?
How do you sweat a lot in your costume back in
Oh my god.
Georgia?
Yeah, a lot. I think the people that have one of the worst jobs on the show are the costume department, because every single person sweats a lot, and especially me, because I have that really long leather coat, and I have the body warmer, and I have my hat, and I have all this hair. And oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, we do sweat a lot, but there are little things like we cut the arms off my shirt, so when I'm wearing my coat, then I'm not wearing my arms. And actually, in the first episode that I was in last season, there's a little bit of a mistake, because when I'm lying on my back on the floor, you can see that I'm not wearing arms on my shirt. But obviously, that was the best take, and they chose to use that one. But yeah, the answer is yes, you do sweat a hell of a lot, because it's so humid and hot, and you can imagine that first scene when I'm running around the field. But I've gotten very good at finding shade. And actually, everyone is really good at finding shade. And I know to, it's between action and cut. You're like, okay, I'm doing the whole thing, and then it's cut, and then so I'm like, action, and then cut, and then I'm like, walking really slowly, and finding the shade, and like being like this, until I have to go back and do the whole thing again. Because otherwise, yeah, you get really tired and yeah, really uncomfortable. But then I think the weather is a part of the show as well. It's really a character. Like the whole of Georgia is a part of it. And if it wasn't like that, then it wouldn't feel the same. So as a lot of actors say, you just have to use it. Go with it.
As a character, why do you think Jesus chooses to wear that?
So it's protection, because Jesus fights with his hands and feet. So it's protection and camouflage, mostly, yeah. I mean, I don't understand why Daryl's got his arms out all the time. I mean, I do.
We all do. Hi, what's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Melissa.
Hi, Melissa.
I'm from Minnesota, Minneapolis. I have no gifts for you. I'm sorry. So,
You're the gift.
because you came into this Jesus role, and he is
Yeah.
a very beloved comic book character, like just hugely beloved. And he's got so many wonderful qualities that you realize through reading about him.
Yeah, he takes a bit of time to reveal himself.
Yeah, he does. Because you were able to do it so well right off the bat, and I mean that,
Well, thank you.
really embodied Jesus.
Thank you.
Do you think you have some, like, personally, as just a human being, do you relate? Do you have some qualities that you think Jesus has?
Yeah, I mean, I think the casting department do a really, really good job, basically. They, like I said, I was cast with a scene that was specially written, nothing to do with the character, apart from whatever the quality was that they wanted. And it's like, whoever does that scene, in the way, and I think, obviously, you can't help when you don't have a lot of stuff to work with, you can't help but play a large part of yourself and how you would be in that scene. Yeah, well, there are definitely big parts of me, yeah, in the character, because that's all you have to go off at the beginning as well, and so you can go by how he is in the scene, but also when you play a character, you have to use what traits you have. So yeah, I would say there's a fair amount of me and Jesus. Yeah, thank you. But it's not just me. I really think the casting department cast perfectly. I mean, it's really amazing. And not just good actors and people who write for the parts, but also really nice people. Like, everyone who works on the show is a gorgeous person and really lovely to work with, and it's a really good group, which helps with the weather and all those things, because it's tough working conditions, and I know we're all pampered actors, but we work really long days in the heat, and the cast and the crew all really make the best effort to do the best work that they can, and I think it shows. But yeah, they do a great job with casting, and yeah, okay, I guess I'm a bit of Jesus in me, a bit of me and Jesus.
Is that weird for you? Because I mean, in the past 15 minutes, we've said Jesus 35 times. So the whole Jesus thing, biblical Jesus, is that weird? Because you're on the candles, like the gimmicky candles and stuff like that. Is that weird for you? Is that something you prefer? Wasn't attached?
It's weird when I say it, when I burn myself or when I hurt myself, and also, yeah, of course, I turn around when I hear people say, "Oh, Jesus," and they don't mean me, like I do now, and it's a very, very odd thing. And I was at the airport a few months ago, and the woman checking my bag looked at me and was like, "Oh, you've got the whole Jesus," and she doesn't watch the show. I'm like, there's no way I can even get away with, I mean, even if you don't watch the show, you're like, "Oh, you've got blue eyes and a beard and long hair, Jesus." So, I mean, there's just no chance of me getting away with it until at some point the show doesn't want me anymore. I'm just Jesus for the next few years, which is fine by me, you know.
There'll be some other situations that would be really interesting in, but there are kids around
there
here.
are kids
So, we have this gentleman, and then I saw her. We're going to go back to her after. Hi, sir. What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Dwayne.
Hey, Dwayne.
I had a question. Do you all have a friend, you and Norman, like him and Andy do?
No, not yet, because I'm a bit scared. I'm sure I'm not ready to get involved in that yet. I was watching a friend of mine he has brothers and they prank each other. And so he was showing me these various pranking videos on YouTube, and that stuff can get really extreme. And I'm like, okay, I'm not quite ready to be in there yet, especially not with Norman. He's a bit of a master at it. Andy always gets the short end of that straw as well.
Hi there. What's your name? Where are you from?
Hi, I'm Lorraine. I'm from Brazil.
Hi, Lorraine. Nice to see you.
My question for you is, if there was to happen a real zombie apocalypse right now, do you think you would be actually ready for it or not?
I don't think anybody's ready for it. But I've kind of surprised myself sometimes, with my man points. There was an earthquake in LA a couple of years ago, and when the adrenaline kicks in, and before that I maybe would have said I would have just freaked out, but actually I was like, it's okay, we do this now, and then we do this, and I was looking after everyone, and I kind of surprised myself. So I'd like to think that my survival instincts would kick in and I'd be good, but I don't know, I'd probably just run away screaming. Or just find the biggest guy. I was the kid at school who was kind of mouthy, and I had big friends. I actually had a friend who took a punch at me once, which is kind of crazy. But now I can do my own ninja skills, so that's fine.
I really liked your flip-flops though from Brazil.
They are, I'll be honest. Thank you.